The Great Pig War. On a beautiful island called San Juan, a little piece of America and a little piece of Britain lived side by side. American farmers, like a fellow named Lyman, grew tasty potatoes. British workers, like a man named Charles, raised fluffy sheep and happy pigs. For the most part, everyone got along just fine. Now, Charles owned a large, clever black pig named Percival. Percival believed his most important job in the world was eating, and his absolute favorite food was potatoes. Specifically, the delicious potatoes that grew in Farmer Lyman's garden. One morning, Lyman stomped out to his garden and saw a terrible sight. There was Percival, munching away again. "That's it," cried Lyman. He had warned Charles to keep his pig out of the potatoes, but Percival was a very determined pig. Lyman was fuming. In his anger, Lyman grabbed his hunting rifle. He just wanted to scare the pig away for good. But as he fired a warning shot, his aim was a bit wobbly and a bit too good. Bang! Suddenly, there was no more Percival. When Charles found out, he was outraged. "You shot my pig," he shouted. "He was eating my potatoes," Lyman shouted back. Charles demanded $100 for his prized pig. Lyman offered only 10. They were at a standstill. It was a true pig predicament. The argument grew so loud that the American army heard about it. To protect Lyman, they sent a captain with 60 soldiers. The soldiers marched onto the island and set up a camp, whispering to each other, "Are we really here because of a pig?" When the British saw the American soldiers, they were flabbergasted. So they sent their own soldiers to protect Charles. And they didn't stop there. They sent 3 enormous warships with giant cannons that aimed right at the island. For the next 2 months, the American soldiers and the British soldiers had a very strange standoff. They built forts and aimed their cannons, but mostly they just stared at each other across the island. The whole world wondered if a war would start, all because of a potato-loving pig. Finally, the news reached the leaders of America and Britain. "Hold on," they said, scratching their heads. "Are you telling us our armies are about to fight a war over a pig?" They both agreed it was the silliest thing they had ever heard. No fighting was the order. The soldiers happily packed their bags, the warships sailed away, and the island became quiet again. And that is the true and very silly story of the Pig War. A war where the only casualty was Percival, the potato-loving pig.